Recently, I've made a lot of videos on Days of Ruin. A disproportionate amount of these have featured so-called micro-maps, which are 10 by 10 in size or smaller. I've got an entire series dedicated to them, and I've even recently shown a replay on one that I made in Tiny Wars, the online Days of Ruin. I get a lot of comments from people asking why I'm so interested in these small maps, and/or suggesting that I make the maps larger. But while it's true that maps this small are incredibly difficult to balance for a competitive setting, making them any larger would completely undermine the point of making them. With that being said, hello everyone, it's daytime! You can call me Buster, and today, it's time for me to finally answer the question, why am I so obsessed with micromaps? As many of you already know, Days of Ruin had an online mode when it first released in 2008. This allowed players to battle each other online for the first time in the series' history. Sadly, the servers have long since been shut down, but when it was still possible to access, there is a second part of the online mode that often gets overlooked when discussing the game's internet connectivity: map uploads. If you uploaded a map, other players could download and play that map. And the online battle mode would even use these maps if they got a high enough rating. However, these maps had a few limitations, and if your map failed to meet the criteria, you would be unable to upload it. So, what were these criteria? 1. You must have designed and cleared the map. 2. The map must have no more than 50 units. And 3. Your map cannot be larger than 10 by 10. There's also a fourth hidden criteria that filters out maps with naughty words in their name, which is why I may have once designed a map that could not be completed, had 51 units, was larger than 10 by 10, and had a profoundly offensive name just so that it would fail every single one of the criteria. What can I say? In 2008, I was an edgy 15-year-old who thought it was funny. Now I'm a bit less edgy, but still very much believe I am funny, much to the chagrin of my friends and family. With the restriction on map size this harsh, I often used to find myself wondering, what was it like playing Days of Ruin online back in the day? I imagine the size limit was put in place in a desperate attempt to cut down on the amount of time games took, but I'm not sure intelligent systems quite knew the extent of what they were asking from both mappers and players alike. Was 2008 Days of Ruin a blossoming paradise of swift and strategically sound competitive games? Or was it a veritable hellscape of unbalanced, overly cramped maps that nobody really liked, but played anyway, simply because, at the time, there was no other option? It was with these questions in my mind that I set out upon my mission. Was it truly possible to make a 10 by 10 map that was competitively viable? Or was the very idea a fool's errand? I had to know. And so, to this very day, I continue to design micromaps, now with the help of the Tiny Wars community Discord, with the goal of designing a map that will stand the test of time, one that will not only be balanced, but enjoyable to play on. And, heaven forbid it be a one-note experience, but it shall be one that can be approached in myriad different ways for maximum replayability. And perhaps, one day, after we have solved the vexing puzzle of how to build a quality micromap together, as a community, maybe, just maybe, we could see an influx of wonderfully fun and creative micromaps for all the good boys and girls of the world to enjoy. And who knows, maybe we could even get an unranked quick match feature, which pairs you up with another random player on just such a map, just to emulate the nostalgic feeling of playing online on the Nintendo DS back in 2008. But now, with the added balancing benefits and quality of life improvements that modern mapping standards can provide. Also, micromaps are just really fun to quickly build and try out against the AI, which is honestly the real reason behind why I already had so many of them stockpiled on my cartridge. In any case, if you'd like to help design and playtest any of these maps, I'll have a link to Tiny Wars in the description. I've already got one map accepted into the multiplayer pool by the name of Micro Vortex, so why not give it a try? Also be sure to join the Tiny Wars Discord, similarly linked in the description, where I post work-in-progress updates on maps I've been working on. While I'm promoting things, I've also got my own community Discord, where you can get notifications whenever I upload a new video or go live on Twitch. There's a link in the description even for this as well, so you can join if that interests you. I don't discriminate. Everything gets links in the description today. But until next time, goodbye everyone. It's nighttime.